Hi, I'm Howard Johnson of Charter Royal, the firm of chartered surveyors and property consultants in Dorset. Following on with our series of short videos providing advice on buying or leasing property, we can now take a look at cavity walls. The purpose of the outside wall is clear. It provides a protective enclosure for the property and gives support to the roof. For homes built before 1880 here in Dorset, external walls were mainly of solid construction using materials such as stone, brick, mud, timber or a combination of these, and all sourced locally. The main problem with solid walls is that they're prone to penetrating dampness, as the only effective barrier they offer is the density of the material and the thickness of the wall. So, to overcome this problem, we now have two relatively thin walls separated by a cavity. The internal wall takes the load of the building, and the outer wall provides the protective envelope. Both are held together by wall ties, which are usually made of metal. The cavity wall was universally adopted in the late 19th century, but it brought its own problems. While they significantly reduced the risk of penetrating damp, the metal ties were susceptible to corrosion, especially where they are exposed to the prevailing weather. This defect is known as wall tie failure and is a progressive condition. As the metal ties corrode, they expand, and if not remedied, the walls can bulge and eventually collapse. In the past, wall ties were made of brick and then iron. This was then replaced with steel ties, but it's only in recent years that these have been replaced with stainless steel. It's the older ties in pre-war properties that are at greatest risk of failure, especially in homes in exposed locations such as along the coast. And it's well worth remembering that we have to rely on the wall ties being properly installed at the correct spacing. This isn't always the case, and we've known buildings where there are too few ties or even none at all. As we all strive for better energy efficiency in our homes, we've seen the introduction of cavity wall insulation to new build properties and retrospectively to older ones. In a new build, the insulation is kept clear of the outer wall, but this isn't possible where the insulation is injected from the outside, so the damp can still penetrate the insulation, increasing the risk of damage to wall linings and the decay of adjacent timbers. As you can imagine, the more porous the outer wall, the greater the risk, and can be caused by the use of inferior materials or poor maintenance, or both. This may all sound rather worrying, but there is some comfort. Wall ties are normally replaced without the need to come into your home, as they are installed through the external wall skin. But such remedial works can be expensive and may require access equipment such as scaffolding. So cavity walls may not be all they're cracked up to be, but they are certainly an improvement on their predecessors. So, take a good look around the house you own, or the one you're thinking of buying, and consider the potential risk. Prevention is always better than cure. So if you're concerned about your own home or the one you're about to buy, call us at Charter Royal for further advice. Charter Royal, providing the advice you need when you need it most.